So I'm going to continue just a little bit along the lines of flexible weaponry. Here we have a small bull whip. I've always enjoyed whip work. I don't know why I like whips. I do not know why. I just do. I always have. Since I was a little kid, I always thought, using a whip was kind of cool. And again, as you can see, I don't have a lot of space to use a whip or even crack it. And even if I live in an apartment building, even if I was going to go down to the gym, cracking my whip, I definitely would get in trouble. It's an outside thing, and even then you're gonna have people, oh my gosh, she's got a whip. All right. So anyhow, even in an enclosed space like we've got here, and the type of whip that this is, as a flexible weapon, as you've seen, this can be bound. I've got a handle that can be used to strike and hit. Okay, I can wind up on it, and now it's smaller. I don't have to worry about the space in the room. Okay, I can still pop it. I can still snap it. Right now, in the Filipino martial arts, you do have some systems. There's actually single stick, double stick, stick and dagger, gun and stick, gun and machete. All right, more on that later. All right, but here, you might have a whip and dagger, right? So this is kind of a system. And if you're familiar with, and I'm gonna wind this up because I don't have a lot of space to pop this, but if you're familiar with long and short or stick and dagger, this is how this might look, okay, in a way, right? And this is a bowie knife, right? You can have it in hammer grip, or you can have it in a reverse grip, call grip as we call it, or sock grip as you call it. And again, this is for more, close-in hooking work, okay? And then if you're holding it in hammer grip, this is more of a fencing position here. I can strike here like that. And a bowie knife, it's a bigger blade, right? You could also, there's also system in the SIAC system. There's a system that uses the tomahawk, okay? And again, there's different ways that this tomahawk could be used, right? I can use it short, I can make it long, okay? I can hook, go around, so on and so forth, okay? So this is, I love the Filipino martial arts, the eclectic martial arts. I love the diversity of just basically all martial arts. I don't have a favorite art. I really don't. I like all martial arts, and because of the JKD and the JKD concept of the JKD blend, all martial arts serve a purpose, right? I wouldn't, I like grappling, I like wrestling. Most people, at my home gym, I was pretty good, at Thai boxing, kicking the pads, blah, blah, blah. So I was trying to be pigeonholed as a Thai boxer. No, I actually gravitated more towards the weaponry, right? That was my thing in my mind, right? The Thai boxing was just, for build cardiovascular and fighting stamina. And then again, on the street, it works pretty well, right? But then Silat has its place. Grappling, I love wrestling, all right? One of my first martial arts is judo, which is, a throwing art, but there's some groundwork in there. And I love wrestling, I would go to the grappling seminars, the Machados, the Eric Paulson's, seminars and things like that. Shoot wrestling seminars and things like that, Shuto. And they served a purpose, right? I don't want to, it's a tool. I don't want to be grappling on the ground with 3-4 cats that are trying to accost me. It has its time and its space. I want to be able to get out of whatever hold somebody's trying to get me out and back onto my feet, so I can either escape or continue to defend myself, right? I need to understand kicking. Savat is a good thing. Thai boxing is a good thing. Taekwondo is a good thing. The kicking arts are a good thing to study and know. If you're a kicker, great, but you have to be able to know how to punch, because you might have somebody who's good with their hands, right, and can breach your kicking range, right? Again, I'm digressing a bit because there's a whole lot to talk about that everybody wants to kind of, you're going to have your likes. That's cool as an individual, as a human being. But in the martial art as a whole, you got to understand it. I don't like guns, right? I really can't stand it. I think you know, I guess for the old and the infirm, you know, it's nice to have an equalizer if they're attacked. Okay, the gun kind of answers that question, but to me, you know, I'm just not a fan of it. However, I have studied gunsmithing. I've put together a few carbines, if you will. I've taken my firearms apart from the frame. I have gunsmithing tools. So I understand the necessity of gunplay and gun work, even though I don't like it. Right? It's just something I have to kind of deal with and understand. So again, everybody's got their preferences. You know, don't be fooled. It's not the martial art. It's the martial artist. So if somebody's good with a freaking whip, they're good with a whip, and I don't care what you got in your hand, a knife, and within a certain range or a certain circumstance, even if you got a gun, all right? I mean, it depends on the individual, right? Skill, technique, and luck, that's the triad, all right? So again, if this information is interesting to you, please like, share, and subscribe. You know, feel free to comment below. I'm not going to service too much BS in my comment section because I've just been doing this a long time and I've been exposed to a lot. I know we have a new generation and a crop of people coming up and they'd have questions, but that's what the internet is for. I was told, you know, when, you know, hey, what's this word mean? I was told a lot, go look it up, because we had dictionaries and encyclopedias in my house. We have the world's encyclopedia and these supercomputers in your pocket. Go look it up, research, okay? I'll point the way, but I'm not going to go back and forth and debate. Right? That's just not. I'm a little bit past that, I believe. So, anyways, I hope you found this interesting, and talk to you next time.